Handling the Undead is directed by Thea Hevistendal. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I apologize if I didn't. Anyhow, though, it's currently streaming online. I watched it on YouTube. Now, this is a very interesting take on the zombie horror subgenre, if you will. It takes a slower, more dramatic approach. And this story follows 3 different journeys, all right? So one is about an older woman who just lost her loved one and is literally about to bury them, okay? Another story is about a grandfather doing the best he can to help his daughter deal with the loss of her child, aka his grandchild, right? And the last story deals with a family, happy family. 2 kids, younger son, older daughter, husband, wife, right? The mom, she gets in a car accident and is pronounced dead. So obviously each of these stories, they deal with loss. Then this one day, I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain. I guess this sort of like a electric magnetic thing kind of occurs where the power dies out, in the entire town. Maybe the world just everything goes out. Power, just black, nothing, right? Plus there's this strange ringing that happens at the same time that people can hear in their ear. So yeah, there's an unexpected power outage for a whole minute, right? And then out of nowhere, power comes back on like nothing ever happened. Nobody knows how or why it happened, and there's just no answers. But the one thing they know is that dead people are coming back to life. And in all 3 stories, the loved ones, they resurrect. Now, each of them have their own ways of approaching, their specific situation. But the one thing they all have in common is they want to believe these people they love are the same person they were before they died. A lot of hard truths are about to come to life. Pardon the pun when I said the life thing. Pardon the come to life. But anyways, though, dude, this is, it's a very interesting zombie flick, to say the least. It was definitely a way more story-driven and more of a drama than it was a horror movie, or drama horror, if you want to call it that. More grounded and a bit more, I guess, of a realistic take on how people will react to their loved ones, returning from the dead. It's like, what are they supposed to do, though? Plus, are they even the same people, when they return to life? Do they come back as normal folks, or are they just something different? Do they not know who they are, or are they just more droned out, reactionless, motionless? What, I will say this. Each story is not a happy one, dude. And as a viewer, it's tough to watch because I totally feel for each story and the people do, because it gets pretty rough, dude. Shit gets really rough for these folks, man. And though it's, it's a bit too slow for my liking personally, I will say I do understand the director, why they chose this path by design. It forces you to watch what each person is dealing with and how the days are long and dark and gloomy and whatnot because of their loss. Dude, even the cinematography, it tells a great story, though. With more single angles, this odd angles and whatnot, in most scenes, allowing the actions to play out and take its time, which I actually really enjoyed. Also, kudos to the director for taking a chance and making a zombie flick that's not your normal, eat your brains out type. And I liked it, though. That's badass, I think. It's a sad one that, has very little blood in it and not a whole lot of action. Just a really good story with characters that are great, dude, and that you actually start to feel for and empathize with. With it not being what we're customarily used to seeing in zombie flicks, I'll say it's still worth a watch, though. I know some people probably find it boring, and I totally understand. But like I said, it's a great story, dude. I thought it was great. And speaking of dramatic, story-driven horror flicks, my recommendation is a movie that I actually reviewed a few years ago that I really enjoyed a lot, dude. Handling of the Dead's good, don't get me wrong, though, but this one is better, and I think you guys would enjoy it, too. And it's called My Heart Can't Beat Unless You Tell It To. It's about 2 mysterious siblings find themselves at odds over care for their frail and sickly younger brother. It's in the same vein as Handling of the Dead, a somber and dark film. I'll tell you this, though, it's not about zombies, but something else that's just as scary. And I'll just leave it right there. But also, I'll leave a link right here for my review of that movie, so you can kind of check it out and see if, something that might interest you. And this movie is also available on YouTube, so I say check it out, though. Definitely recommend that nastiness. But anyhow, though, that's all for today. Stay nasty, my friends, and I will see you at the next one. Shay Nasty out.
I'll see you soon.
Like and subscribe.